What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today is a huge monumental day for the restaurant project. Sorry it's a little bit loud. Abel is jackhammering on this wall behind me, but to give you guys a quick recap, you're probably sick of my recaps on this project. You guys remember when we started here, one of the biggest issues, and still to this day our most concerning issue, is that this wall one of 4 on the restaurant, well 3 of them are in bad shape. We've already repaired one wall. This is going to be the next wall that's going to go down, and this one is the scariest wall of them all. The tallest one we're taking down, it's already falling over. You can see it's got braces back here that David put up on day 1 of them taking over the lease of this project because they worried about it falling over. But it holds a significant amount of the roof up, and from inside the building, all of the trusses are falling this way, the same way that the wall is. So basically this building is becoming a parallelogram and trying to fall over. Oh yeah, that's not sketchy. Now up top here, Brandon has already gone ahead, stripped back the roofing, and cut all of the rafters that tie into this whole wall system. So really, we are separate right now from the building, for the most part, on this axis, but on the corner right there, we're still kind of attached. And speaking of corner, one of the things that's concerning me the most today is this corner right here, how they have this parapet that comes up with this little decorative corner feature. From the backside, it looks great, right? Because they have, I don't know, what is this, TPO, whatever this waterproofing membrane material is. So it's hiding all of the issues that are inside of this wall. But you'll see on the other side, this wall's got a lot of issues. And unfortunately, I mean, like, I don't know. So we've got the new temporary power coming in right here. This is where the existing power, or the old power, came in. That has since been disconnected. That actually needs to go. But the plan is to not take this entire thing down. However, upon looking at it, it might just come down on its own. One of the things I'm having Abel do ahead of time is try to start to separate this section that we're tearing down from the rest of the building. So being that we aren't going to go all the way to the corner, at least that's not the plan unless something catastrophic happens, we're going to come in about 1 foot. So I'm having him separate right here, but you'll notice there's already cracks through this whole section right here, this little 4 foot by 4 foot piece. And as you guys can see, as we come over here, the crack continues all the way through and around the corner, to the point of where I'm scared of this thing just falling off and like landing on the sidewalk or something kind of sketchy happening like that. So since we're demoing from, again, about 1 foot in underneath, the original plan is to not demo this, but I have a feeling this is going to come out, whether it's by our choice or it falling. We got to try to figure that out. So for now, we're going to start back on this other side. Look at this. You guys can see, we're looking right here. You can see the entire wall just bows around right there. This thing has just been ready to go for a long time. Just kind of get pretty wild today. I'm excited, I'm nervous. Wait till you guys see the rebar in this. This building's old. I don't remember what it is. It's around 100 years old, I think. Check out the rebar that they used over here. So this is, clearly I'm not old enough to know when rebar just used to have be square stock that was twisted. And it looks like all of these horizontals are square as well. So same technique that we use today in terms of having verticals and horizontal. Looks like the horizontals are every, what is that, 2 feet or so? But it was just twisted square stock, and then just standard square stock right here for the horizontals. Look at this big old monster right there though. What is that, 1.25 inches or so? That's some pretty hefty bar. And you guys can see the thickness of, well, we're on a column right here, so that's why this has the big bar in it, because there is a column. And then looking back this way, this is just what's that, 8 inches. We're basically going to start, I don't even want to stand here, we're going to start pulling down these braces as we're working. Dave is really concerned about the wall coming down all at once. While that would make a great YouTube content and would be pretty cool, it's probably for the better we take this thing down in pieces. Now, I went ahead and rented a breaker for my excavator. I love breakers on excavators. I just don't like using them on my own excavator because they're pretty aggressive on all the joints of your excavator and wear things out pretty quickly. But for this one, it's not like we're breaking, you know, giant slabs up all day. I don't think it's gonna be too taxing on my excavator. I could be wrong. So instead of renting a whole new machine plus the breaker, we just went ahead and rented the breaker. Alrighty guys, so if you guys are like me and you've ever had a hydraulic hose that you struggle with on this excavator, these are at like kind of an awkward height. I'm pretty tall. This is as far as I can lay it down. It's as far as that breaker will curl up underneath. But these things are a pain in the butt. Doesn't matter how many times I bleed the hydraulics from inside the cab after I shut it off, turn the key halfway back on, tried every trick in the book, and these things just still tend to fight me. But having these QC mate from X-Boom, or the X-Boom coupler, it makes things so much easier. Let me see if I remember how to use it. Now mine's obviously a little bit rusty. I leave this thing out in the rain. Not a good idea. Don't recommend that. Clearly the coating does not hold up well to the rain. If no, pásale, vos just ponle. And then maybe. O uno en un tiempo, maybe.
Te quiero y luego ponle este.
Tacos. Este es más largo.
Ahí está.
Shorty, yeah. That's the pinchy zip tie.
Este.
Yeah, maybe corte.
Aquí.
Yeah, es diferente. Just ponle todo más through.
Ahí está. Ahí sí.
Mucho straight. Ahí está.
Ahí está.
Easy.
Con este sí.
Sí. No, eso. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. We're super low on diesel, so we'll go grab some of that, but we came in the Bronco today, so we'll have Paparano grab me some when he gets here. We're gonna start poking on this wall. Let's see what happens. Let's make sure the breaker and everything works first. Alright. We are golden. Everybody stand clear. We are all very, very nervous about this one. Let's get this out of the way so you guys can see. Oh, we just folded my windshield wiper up. That's not good. Ugh. Not like that thing worked very well anyway. Knock, knock.
post pilaster, we're gonna make this cut.
Just watch out, that paint might be the only thing holding this together.
I don't know why you want to get rid of it.
And the vibration won't transfer to here. I'll get able to cut those bars of steel. Get the vibration off of you.
All right, so we paused for a little bit. Dave was inside the restaurant and said he could see all of the trusses just kind of vibrating because we were still connected up here. So we're having able to finalize that like disconnect all the way down to the ground. Even so though, when I try to break out the top section, we have those big 6x beams going across. So even though we did separate the rafters, all it has is a blade width of separation. So when I mush into it with the jackhammer attachment, it reconnects it basically and transfers the vibration inside to all of these trusses, which again, these trusses are already in pretty bad shape and they are already leaning that way. So we do have these straps on them to just provide a little bit of tension to keep it from hopefully wanting to go that way. Dave also went ahead, just so we have some type of measurement, and put the laser dot on the ground that corresponds, well, here's our little drawing, corresponds to right where that little bracing is or blocking around that vent fan. So we're gonna just recheck that as we go, and if this building shifts a little bit, that laser will no longer be in that little corner there. I don't know where I'm pointing with my finger on the camera, but hopefully you guys kind of got the idea of how we're gonna see if this thing has moved. Hopefully not. We know by building these bathrooms, going all the way up to the ceiling, doing some pretty hefty 4x6 blocking up there. This side, pretty well anchored. We're not too worried about it. It's that front side where that big parapet is. It's got us pretty concerned. And again, I know it's super loud, but inside, we've got all of this new plumbing and new conduit right on the back side of the wall that we do not want to damage. So I'm going to try to put some plywood or something in between here to protect it, because all it's going to take is one big chunk of concrete to fall on it, and it's going to break all of that. Let's see if we can get this back here without too much trouble. Come on, booger. So the last little bit here is we've got this like 3/4 by 1 inch square bar that runs at the bottom of this wall. So as soon as we get that disconnected, we're essentially as disconnected as we can be. Obviously we still have the footing. It's going to transfer a little bit of vibration, but you just got to kind of go for it. So we're going to kind of go for it. Go through those 3, or you can go through this one.
Did we cut these 3 off?
No, you cut the ones below it. There's some below it.
Okay.
So it's up to you, man. What do you want to do, Dave? What do you want to do, buddy?
Yeah, let's cut this, right?
All right. Y'all can see when Dave cut through this beam and this 2x6, the entire thing just dropped. I mean, there's not a whole lot holding this place together. Even before we started to tear it apart. I mean, look at all the rot and all the termite damage right there. It is just, yeah. The fact that this thing was still standing on its own is kind of impressive. It's very sketchy. Well, now that we are as isolated as we can get, let's go back to tearing this wall down. You'll fall faster than that. You don't even got to worry about it. All right, Dave, I'm coming, buddy. Watch out. Let's make some progress. pipes are. We've got that plywood. We did put a couple of little braces up against it, so hopefully we don't destroy them. This would go a lot faster if we didn't have so many sets of pipes now. This is like the whole free clear section. Now we're up to where all of the pipes are. We're at 0 days?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And we're still trying to break that record at 3, dude. They cracked open the first aid kit.
Yep, guys. We got 3 was our record. Hold on, they say they. That was Papa Rhino, dog. I had nothing. I didn't even know he was in here.
So you buy this, they're like $700 or something like that because you have to have one. Being not a pussy, we don't open it up unless it's an emergency because people go through Band-Aids for no fucking reason at all.
You can tell Dave is a father. He thinks, you bring some Scooby-Doo Band-Aids, I'm gonna have them all over.
Yeah, dude, I know this because I have kids. It's like, dude, you don't need a Band-Aid. So I might as well just put a lock on this.
It pretty much was. This has been on site. You've owned this for a long time.
2.5 years.
Never been opened.
And I tell everyone this year, don't open that. Like, if you cut yourself, don't.
Dave has gauze and bandages in his like jujitsu gear bag. I've watched him doctor people up with that. He refuses to open this. Papa Rhino just got like a little nick on his hand earlier, walks in, just cracks it open. I didn't see it, but I find it hilarious. I probably wouldn't have said anything. I would have just watched him do it.
And it's just because I'm a cheap bastard and I know what happens. Like, people will start going through here and
Dude, let me make a turkey out of those gloves.
It'll be the Band-Aids that do nothing, that go first. You'll be out of Band-Aids that do nothing first. That's the story of every first aid kit.
And then we just buy a box of Band-Aids and we restock it.
Are you gonna buy a box of Band-Aids?
No, I don't need them. I'm a man, dude.
Awesome.
So the wall wants to go. If we had these pillar or these braces off right now, this thing would just come down. And I kind of want to. See, apparently they're coming down on their own over there. Dave just threw a piece of wood over the fence. But this thing would definitely come down. The only thing we're worried about is if the footing picks up out of the ground, which I'm sure it will because there's not very big footings on these, at least we don't think. And that destroys the plumbing on the other side. The reason I want to lay it down all as one versus what we're doing is there's a ton of plumbing over there. Plus the big 4-inch conduit, that's where all the soda lines are gonna run because the bar is right on the other side of this wall. I don't want to go in there and spend an hour protecting everything. I think Dave's probably gonna do a little bit of it, but we'll probably go, there's another column right past here which has those big, 1.25" rebar or whatever it is. We'll probably get past that and then we'll lay the rest of this down. I feel like it's more dramatic that way too, a little cooler. I mean, if you take that brace off, she's probably gonna go because she was loose with the other 3. Look at that, dude. Dodged it perfectly. We got footing right there.
Oh, perfect.
Dodged that pipe, dodged those pipes. That's pretty good, Dave.
Good job, Rhino.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Good job, Abel. Stop dipping in my first aid kit. Jesus, dude.
Well, you don't have to worry anymore now.
Wall's down. He'll cut himself on something else. Well, yesterday we got the wall dropped and then we pretty much called it quits for the day. Today we got to actually do kind of the boring work of breaking all of this up, getting it out of this hole. And then I'm trying to get a low boy dumpster dropped off today so we can load most of it and get it out. It's probably gonna be 2 dumpsters full, maybe a little bit more. I would opt to have a 10-wheeler come, but I mean, I guess I do have that pile that I could sit on top of, but some of these guys out here, they all have the really high side trucks. And with my size of excavator, it's not that easy. And then when I'm grabbing a bunch of this concrete and trying to hold it up over the side of their truck, even with the thumb attachment, when you have too many small pieces, they're prone to fall out. I don't want to sit there and beat up the side of some guy's truck. So instead, we'll just have a couple of low boy dumpsters dropped off. But check this out. So when we flipped this wall down, it obviously brought the footing up out of the ground again. Somehow we missed these pipes. That was like perfect. I guess it's because...
Hey, how many horsepower is this thing, man?
24.8, sir. But check out what we found inside the wall. I mean, this looks like an old wheel off of like a car or a Model T or something. I mean, again, this building's about 100 years old. We don't really know. I mean, there's a lot of just scrap metal in here. Kind of excited to chip around to this thing though and see if we can unearth this and see exactly what's going on here. I think at the time they were just putting any kind of metal they could in the wall as rebar, and I'm honestly surprised, you know, they put in as much as they did. It worked for 100 years. Decided to try to break that wheel out. Let's see what we got going on over there. Rim, huh? Now I gotta push this pile of dirt out of the way because although this is a great spot right here to put a dumpster, I don't think they're gonna be able to maneuver their truck. Maybe they will. The dumpster drivers or the roll-off drivers are pretty good, but I think it's gonna have to come in kind of at this angle. So I'm gonna push this pile of dirt up out of the way so that they can somewhat get it in here. Well, our dumpster has shown up. Let's see if he can get it where we want it. I have no idea who this company is. I don't even know if they are a company. Just a recommendation from a buddy of somebody that's got a pretty cheap, affordable, lowboy dumpsters. Close to the pipes. Dumpster has seen better days. All right. Es mucho líquido todo el tiempo, esta es cagada. Oh. Beautiful. Listo. See the hole. Right there for the valve stem.
Yeah.
Locks together right there. It's not heavy, ¿no? No problema, señor. Es pinche caliente, though. Howdy. Alrighty guys, so first things first, we are going to swap back to the bucket.
Engineers aren't coming yet. They're fucking, some administration want to start a war.
Okay.
Be here in October, maybe.
Ahí está. Chécale, maybe es fácil. Sucio. Está bien. Chécale con no tú, maybe la entro, maybe no la entro. Sí, push.
No, man. No, sí, sí.
Sí.
No, macizo. Sí. Y el otro día en el rancho.
Oh yeah, no, this is bueno. This thing was kind of a pain in the butt to get the pins to lock in. when we brought this here the other day. So it's gonna be fun when we switch back, because we will most likely be switching back after we clean all this up and expose the footing. We're gonna have to break the footing out too. So unless I can grab it with the bucket and it breaks, because it's a pretty small footing, we're gonna be switching back at some point. We are ready to go. We're gonna try to load this somewhat strategically so we get our money's worth out of this dumpster. So although this guy is cheaper, it's still expensive. I mean, I think I'm alright if I stay right here, yeah.
Okay. I'm a little concerned about some kickback here, but we'll see.
Nice, dude, that's safe. What flavor you got there, John?
Poop. I don't know.
Cherry wood.
So check this out, guys. I was digging and I noticed there was a lot of metal sticking up, and I'm like, man, did they just like put a ton of metal into their footing sticking up? So I grabbed a piece of it and I started yanking, and I'll be damned, y'all, whatever car that is, a Model A, Model T, no idea, whatever that wheel came off of, we found the frame to it. In fact, it's even got what I'm assuming is the brake pedal still attached, and whatever else is here. Look at that. That's pretty gnarly. So we've actually thought and been told that this used to be a mechanic shop many years ago. That's why the floors are all sloped out so everything can drain outside of the shop. And it's making more sense when you find, you know, half a car buried in the walls. Wonder if we can find some more as we go down. Want me just to push it? On it. Whoa, guys, whoa. Watch out, she's gonna go. She's gonna go. Nice work, boys. Oh. Abel's just trying to kill you, dog. Espérate, Abel, espérate. Hold on, hold on. Why does everybody move? This one's gonna do it. There we go, that was easy. I can't reach. I can't reach. All right, that makes sense. Got you, buddy. Got it, boys, I got it. Watch out. Watch out, dude. Sit on it. You want to go for a ride? So we've switched back to the breaker, and we're gonna try to find this footing in here and try to break it out. I tried to pull it out in pieces, it wasn't really cooperating. So we're just gonna have to get in here and break it up. And hopefully we find it properly. We're not where all of this new plumbing goes. I hate blindly having to break stuff out like this, but it's all we can do right now. the footing as well. So we found our one piece, which tells me we're at least through the center of the footing, if not all the way through. We'll see if HYPERLITE grabs it right there. So Dave actually wants to use this as like a, not exactly a railing, but kind of a railing up on the upper deck.
Oh, it's not that thick, it's this shit.
Yeah. It's big stuff. All right, guys, looks like we found the other part of the frame, assuming of the same vehicle. Let's see if we can get it out here. This one's pretty wedged in there. Oh, it goes way up underneath. Let's see if it'll... Yeah, she's a little big. She goes all the way up under there. So check this out. Now that we have broken off the concrete, obviously I'm assuming this pedal was bent. It used to be that way. And it still moves a little bit. After being in concrete for all these years, she's still got a little play in her. It's got two pedals attached to it. I wonder if one was clutch, one was brake. It's got all kinds of little linkages and stuff coming off of it. And then it looks like they just shoved rebar into it. And this is what they used for their footings. There was also 2 bars of that real thick stuff, that 1.25 inch or whatever that twisted bar is in the bottom of these footings, which it's kind of funny how 100 years ago, they basically built footings and walls the same way that we do now. It's just the rebar looks a little bit different and the footings are significantly bigger. So, I mean, this is what they had, 2 bars in the bottom of this footing, which, you know, we would build similarly, depending on what the engineering calls out for, but that's some pretty hefty stuff. And then here's that other piece of the frame right here, which, as you guys saw when I went to go try to pop it out, I mean, it goes all the way up under here. Look at that. We got more linkages and stuff. And I guess it was a good way for them to get rid of one of the cars they had laying around. It's turned into rebar for their footings, but I feel like if the footing was just a little bit bigger, it would have lasted a lot longer. Not bad though. 100 years out of the wall. It's a pretty sketchy wall, but 100 years. Now, coming inside, check this piece out right here. We'll give a little more insight into that in a little bit. And look who has arrived on site. Hey, bud. So they will be coming in the morning to swap us out dumpsters. It's gonna be interesting to see this thing go on the truck. I mean, this thing just damn near folded in half when it was freaking empty. Just luck. Well, I guess wish them luck, because it's not our problem anymore if that doesn't make it up on the truck. Now, this is the stuff that drives me absolutely insane, is when we have to break up the concrete so much that it just turns to, like, you know, a little rubble like this, because I can't pick this up with the excavator without just taking a ton of dirt. And obviously they don't want a ton of dirt in their dumpster. So we gotta like try to rake it with the excavator with those tiger teeth that I have on there. But to me, it just never feels clean. And then trying to dig a footing where a footing was, like, it's just, I don't like it. It's like really messes with my OCD because it's not perfect and it's hard to get perfect. Good news is though, I mean, the footing is bigger than what was here. It's gonna be a 2 foot wide by 2 foot deep footing. So we have a little bit of leeway of cleaning up the edges where we ripped all this stuff out. But because I just have to blindly poke with the breaker there and just try to pop pieces of concrete out and hope that like I'm getting all of the footing, like it starts to end up becoming a real mess right here. And so these footings aren't gonna look perfect, which again, really does drive my OCD nuts. I like these things to be crisp sides, nice and clean and straight, but oh well, it is what it is. But with that, we're gonna wrap up as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.